Looking good this morning. Another beautiful day here in Marlborough. Quick sip of water. How much time we got, Al?
40 seconds.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Renee, thanks for watching. Taking time out from your busy schedule today to tune in. And why wouldn't you? Alright, what do you think, Mr. Teddy Bear? You ready? Shout out to Brett, thank you for joining us from Perth. Monday Morning Live going out to a global audience today, as always. Every Monday morning. Right, let's get to it.
Cold open in 5.
Copy that. How do you do, my friends? Benny here in the garden for the first Monday Morning Live of the new year. The first Monday Morning Live of 2025. Now, I just want to start off by saying we have a very special celebrity birthday coming up in the week ahead. I won't tell you who it is, but I will drop a few hints along the way. Sound off in the comments down below and see if you can guess who it is. Renee, you don't count because I think you already know. We will take a look back at the week that was, take a look at the week ahead. We're doing live gardening, and today I'm going to reveal to you something for the very first time ever. And no, I'm not talking about aliens. They're still about 2.5 weeks away. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on... Wait for it. Monday Morning Live! Didn't practice that, and there was a little bit of interference from the microphone there, but that's okay. Right, let's get rolling with live gardening. I promise you a big debut today. No, wait, let's go back a step. Let's go back to the cold open tradition of sampling for the first time something that I got from the Marlborough Farmers Market. Last week, it was a yellow-fleshed nectarine. This week, it's a white-fleshed nectarine. I've just, now I like to cut my nectarines. I don't know about you. I've got a really good technique where if you slice it this way, then that way, and twist, you can pull it off in different sections. Today, I've just cut myself off a thin white slice of nectarine. I'm going to sample it right now. Very good, very nice. These nectarines come to us courtesy of Fruit for You. They have a stall at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday morning. Very nice. Now let's get into live gardening. If you're anything like me and my family, over summer you would have enjoyed a wider range of fruit, vegetables and berries. The thing with berries is that they usually come in some form of a punnet. Now I'm all about, is it upcycling, recycling? It's more like creative cycling, where you come up with something creative to use from something you would normally throw out or just put in the recycling. And today it's the debut of the Benny's 6100 series germination chamber. This is an old boysenberry punnet. Now I prepared one earlier. What I've done is I've used some of our high quality Dalton's potting mix. As we know, Dalton's don't sponsor Monday Morning Live yet. And what I've done is I've sieved out the old spent potting mix and we've left with just the very fine potting mix. And I've filled one of the 6100 series germination chambers with this fine potting mix. Today we're sowing coriander, otherwise known as cilantro. Coriander is a very divisive herb. You either love it or you hate it. I'm using the Benny's 6100 series seed disperser, and we're going to give it the patented Benny's tap. We just tap the seeds out onto the surface of this finely sieved potting mix. Just a little tap there, give a little tappy. Now, because the coriander seeds are a relatively big seed, you can probably see it there. Relatively big seed. So what we're going to do is we're going to push those in just a little bit. Push them in just so that they are probably 1/2 centimetre below the surface of the potting mix. Cover them over, just like that. Push them in a bit more. Fascinating television on a Monday morning, I know. And as always, we're going to give it some water using the Benny's 6100 series spritzer. Available in the gift shop, why not buy two? Because a wise man once said, You can never underestimate the value of water. Now what we're going to do is put the lid on. Now the good thing is with these punnets, they don't have any holes in the bottom, so the water's not going to drain out. They have holes in the top, so it's just going to stay nice and warm. It's not going to get too damp and moist in there. It's just going to be nice and humid. Perfect conditions for those coriander seeds to germinate. There's our live gardening done on a Monday morning. Let's give some shout outs. I've given a shout out to Renee who's watching, to Brett who's watching. We give shout outs in real time to anyone who joins us live. But also a big shout out to anyone who watches the show later on today on my YouTube channel, Benny. You'll find it by searching Benny Ward. And while you're there, subscribe if you're on board. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to last week's Monday Morning Live on YouTube. It was the second highest viewed episode ever. And last week's Joke of the Week was the most viewed Joke of the Week ever on YouTube Shorts. Here's this week's Joke of the Week. Now, a few weeks ago, I gave a shout out to all the retailers out there. This is a really, it's a busy time for retailers. This is the time of year, so here we are. We've had Christmas, we've had New Year, we've had the Boxing Day sales. This is when things kind of start to get back to normal for a lot of people. You're back at work, and obviously if you are, call in sick so you can watch Monday Morning Live or take an early smoker. You're back at work, things are getting back to normal for you, and things are getting back to normal for a lot of retailers out there as well. You know, you get a busy patch over Christmas and New Year, and now it gets back to normal. For everybody apart from that poor retailer who was attacked recently, they were able to fend off the attacker with their labelling gun. Needless to say, police are on the lookout for somebody with a price on their head. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Joke of the Week there, brought to us by my good friend Karen, who helps me to run this week she'll be helping me to run the retail side of the information kiosk at the Melbourne Farmers Market, the People's Kiosk. Did I mention that these pottles that we use, these berry pottles, they're made of a thin white plastic, thin and white. Alright, cherry tomatoes are starting to really come on well. As we know, we're growing our cherry tomatoes with basil, and I want to give you a quick update on our basil watch. This is the basil we sowed way back on episode 71 of Monday Morning Live. If you don't believe me, you can go back and watch some old episodes, and thank you very much to anyone who does. These are the Sun Gold tomatoes, and they're really sweet. Wow. Really sweet and really good. Now, Joke of the Week. It's kind of fitting because we talk about retail. This week's celebrity birthday is a guy who once sang a song called The Man Who Sold the World. And it's fitting that we talked earlier about aliens because this guy is proof that there could be, in fact, aliens living among us. It's a happy birthday. Did you guess it? Probably not. David Bowie. Now, the week ahead. This is the week where, a little bit like coriander, it's divisive. It divides people into two. You either love it or you don't. This is the time of year where you either start to love the school holidays or you don't. Because if you've got kids that are back at school, they're not back until the 1st of February. So it basically means you've got 3 more weeks of school holidays. So shout out to all the parents out there who are having a good time for school holidays. Shout out to everyone who's back to work, back to normal, back into your routine of watching Monday Morning Live. The week ahead, we're going to try and find some creative things to do with the kids. I think that's the key, is to make the most of every day. I was talking with somebody at the farmers market yesterday, my good friend Heather, who has Love Thy Curry. And we were talking about the fact that her 2 children are home for the holidays, but then they'll be off back to school in Nelson. One of them's at school in Nelson, and one of them's at university in Auckland. Just about how fast time goes, and how you just need to make the most of the moments, make the most of it, and every now and then stop and smell the roses. It's good to take the time to do that. Speaking of time, we're running out of time here on Monday morning. I've given shout outs. I've looked back at the week that was, the week ahead, and celebrity birthday. It's the last thing I really want to do on Monday Morning Live is thank each and every one of you for your continued support, your continued viewership. It means a lot to me, everybody who jumps onto my YouTube channel, Benny. And it means a lot to everyone who subscribes. So when you go onto YouTube, you'll see a little button down here. That's the subscribe button. Hit that. It's free for the first 500 million subscribers. And down here is the little like button. There's a little thumbs up. Hit that button. It means a lot to me that you guys do that. Right, let's wrap things up. I'm Benny Ward. You can see me every Monday morning here on Monday Morning Live. You can see me anytime you want on my YouTube channel, Benny. You can see me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. And I will see you next time in the garden.
And we're clear. Well done.
Thanks, Al. Great show.
What the hell?